Hey everyone, it's Lewis aka Spider-Man 1991, and it is the 4th day in my Infinity War Countdown video series. This is all leading up to the release of Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War, which will be out April 27th. And today I'm going to talk about the comic that everyone recommended to people once we saw Thanos in that first post-credits scene of the Avengers. The Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Gauntlet was a 6-issue miniseries written by Jim Starlin with artwork by George Perez and Ron Lim. For this video, I'm going to give a short summary about the story, then I'm going to give you my review, and finally I'll talk about what elements of this story we'll most likely see in the Infinity War movie. Now, technically this miniseries spun out of an event of the Silver Surfer comics where Thanos, and also another series called Thanos the Infinity Quest, where Thanos went to collect all 6 Infinity Gems. This series, though, opens up with Thanos flaunting his new powers in order to win the hand of Lady Death. Thanos then gets the idea to use his power. The best way he can use his powers is to complete his original mission for Death, which was to eliminate half the life of the universe. So Thanos decides he will eliminate half of the life in the universe with a snap of his fingers. Next, cosmic hero Adam Warlock gathers the Silver Surfer, the Avengers, and all the other major cosmic entities of the Marvel Universe, including Galactus and the Watcher, to plan an assault against Thanos. During the final battle, they're able to get Thanos to somehow ascend his mortal form in order to achieve godhood, and this allows the opportunity for him to lose the gauntlet to Nebula. Thanos then teams up with Warlock and the surviving heroes in order to reclaim the gauntlet from Nebula. Ultimately, they are able to get the gauntlet back, but it's Adam Warlock who gets it, not Thanos. And then Warlock decides to use the gauntlet to undo all of the damage and chaos that was unleashed during the events of the series, with none of the heroes really remembering. None of the heroes or the people of the universe really remembering what happened. At the end of the series, Adam Warlock decides to keep the gauntlet while Thanos fakes his death. First off, this really, despite what people will tell you, this isn't really an Avengers story. It's really more of an Adam Warlock and Thanos story. And I will say that the series does an excellent job showing what Thanos would do to omnipotent power. And it's this revelation that ultimately leads to how Adam Warlock and all the other heroes are able to defeat Thanos. And I think this character trait might play a big role in Infinity War. George Perez and Ron Lim's artwork are fantastic. All of the action scenes are very cinematic and epic, and I can understand why this was I'm pretty sure that was a big factor in why elements of this story were adapted into the big event of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also, I really liked reading this event because this was back in the day when comic book events were really more self-contained, and they didn't have tie-ins into any other series or something like that. Yes, there was a series that kind of set all this up, but the event itself is pretty easy to go into without much knowledge. All you need to know is that all you need to have is just a vague idea who Thanos is, and you'll really be able to enjoy it. Okay, now how do I think the Infinity Gauntlet comic is going to influence the Infinity War movie? Now, the Russo brothers have stated that the movie will be more of a Thanos-centered movie, and I definitely got that impression from the comic as well. So I think that element will be seen in the movie. Also, in this comic series, though, Adam Warlock and Thanos definitely have a history, and it's this history that allows Adam Warlock to figure out why Thanos is able to be defeated each time. I think it's most likely, since we only have one hint of Adam Warlock in the MCU, this role will be taken over by Gamora, because she was raised by Thanos, and she's most likely the one that knows him best on the hero's side. Any similarities between this and the plot? I don't think there will be much, because the only element from the plot I think we'll see in Infinity War will probably be at the end, once Thanos has all of the stones and he'll kill half the universe with the snap of his fingers. And the reason I believe this is because the movie will be about Thanos acquiring the gems, whereas at the start of Infinity Gauntlet, like I said, he already has all of them. Also, one thing that stood out that everyone focused in the Infinity War trailer was in Wakanda when Thanos confronts Captain America, and Cap is able to hold his own with Thanos wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. I think that is definitely something that everyone's excited for, and a lot of people are speculating that could be where Captain America dies. It is a great scene, and I definitely think that, and there is definitely a scene similar to it in the comic book, and I think that's where we got that scene in the movie from. Although I don't think it is likely Steve will die in Infinity War, it's most likely he may die in Avengers 4. Overall, do I think you need to read Infinity Gauntlet before seeing the movie? Not really, because we already have a vague idea about 5 out of 6 of the stones from all the movies. Really, the only stone that I think if you're really anxious to know about the Soul Stone, I definitely recommend you check out Infinity Gauntlet, because it does give us an idea about what the Soul Stone's power is. Also, if you enjoy, I really think you're probably better off reading the Infinity Gauntlet after you see the movie, because, like I said, the Infinity War movie will most likely involve Thanos gathering all the gems, and it will probably end with him snapping his fingers, and that's where, and half the universe will be gone. So really, if you want to. So really, it's going to be a long gap. It's going to be about a year until the next Avengers movie. So if you really want something to hold you over, then I definitely recommend checking out Infinity Gauntlet. Nevertheless, Infinity Gauntlet is one of those Marvel comics that everyone talks about, everyone references. So if you really love Marvel comics, then I'd say you should read Infinity Gauntlet at some point. But not before seeing. But you don't need to read it. Try to rush reading it before the movie. You can definitely read it and enjoy it afterwards. Okay, that's it for another video in my Infinity War Countdown series. Thank you again for watching. Remember, stay subscribed and notified in order to know when I'm going to be posting the next video. Also, follow me on Twitter. That's another good way to stay notified, because video links always appear in my Twitter feed when they're posted. So thanks again for watching. I'm Lewis, Spider-Man 1991, saying see you later.